And then within that context, there is no economic vitality and strength. That's what's going on in Colossae. The book lets us know it is a rough time. It's a difficult time. And yet the gospel globetrotter writes the Christians in Colossae. And the text lets us know he writes them recognizing that they have been put together in the blender of relating to one another. And Paul gives us some insights into how we handle blended relationships. Note with me, when you read Colossians, it's divided into two sections. The first two chapters have to do with doctrine or theology, or really a high Christology. And then the last two chapters have to deal with conduct. In a real sense, in the first two chapters, it's all about what we believe. In the last two chapters, it's about how we behave, because a whole lot of folk watch this. They know what they believe, but it does not influence how they behave. Doesn't it blow your mind that people can know everything there is to know about God? They can tell you this and that's about the Trinity, and yet they don't know how to treat their fellow humans. Does it not blow your mind that that is what has characterized American Christianity, so-called American Christianity sanctioned and supported the slave trade? American Christianity has stood right by Jim Crow apartheid, and yet in a real sense you can't tell American Christians about what they believe. They will fight for certain things. Watch them fight for my life before I get here. As a matter of fact, they are pro-life as long as I'm in the womb, but if you let me exit that womb and have the wrong color, then before you know it, they are going to cut food stamps, they're going to cut Head Start funding, they're going to cut anything that helps and benefits the least of these. What am I trying to say? Whenever you have the right belief system, that's cool, but you don't stop at belief. What you believe ought to influence how you behave. It's not enough just to think right, you've got to live right. It's not enough just to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. It ain't how high you jump when you shout, it's how straight you walk when you come back down. That's what Fred Sampson used to say. And so Paul puts all of that together in this book called Colossians, and now the Bible lets us know he writes the Colossian Christians and comes to chapter 3. We're in the section on how you treat one another, and look what Paul says in chapter 3, beginning at verse 12. He says it's all about how you treat one another. It's all about making sure that you put your clothes on, because if you put your clothes on, and note with me, I'm not talking about Michael Kors. I'm talking about meekness and kindness. I'm not talking about saying with Jay-Z, I don't pop mollies, I rock Tom Ford. It ain't about that. It's about being loving. It's not about Louis Vuitton. It's about long suffering. It's not about what you have on your body by way of a name designer. It's about what you have in your spirit by the name of Jesus Christ. I think I said something right there, because a whole lot of folk dress well, but they don't know how to treat other people. Does it not blow your mind that you got people who can dress real good and yet they treat you real bad because they think they can come to church and have the certain look, and yet they don't dress up in the things of the Spirit? And that's what this text says. If you want to handle your blended family drama, this text says next time you go home and you got to deal with blended family drama, Just make sure you put your clothes on. Just make sure you put on kindness, and make sure you put on goodness, and make sure you put on love and forgiveness, and learn how to treat people. And don't allow how they treat you to determine how you treat them, because you've got to be bigger than that. You've got to be better than that, because if you love God and you know what God has done for you.
West Baptist Church.